Yes. Does that surprise you? I can't wait to show you what I DIY with this barrel pot. This is one you are absolutely not gonna wanna miss because the outcome is amazing. Hey everybody, welcome back to Kelly Barlow Creations. If you're new to my channel and you're stopping by for the first time, thank you for stopping by. Welcome to my channel. Stick around a while by clicking that red button for more crafting on a budget, more everything on a budget videos to come. And if you click it again when the bell appears, YouTube should notify you every time I upload a new video, depending on the option that you choose, and the drop-down menu of the bell. If you're interested in following me on social media, you can find those links, you guessed it, in the description box below. Today I am bringing to you a DIY using these larger barrel pots that you can get at Lowe's, Home Depot, even Walmart has them. They are pretty budget friendly. You can get them for under $15. I want to say Walmart has them for $9.96 is the best price that I found. Boy oh boy, when I saw them out with all the old pots and in with the new barrel pots, these came and I redid my backyard. When one day I had one left and I thought to myself, what can I do with this? And then I felt inspired and I came up with today's idea, and this DIY I could not be happier with. So I'm gonna quit my gabbing, let's jump into it and let me show you what I have in store for you for today using a barrel pot. Well, since I'm at Lowe's, I'm just gonna pick my barrel up here, my barrel pot that is. And this barrel pot is by style. This is a collection at Lowe's. Walmart also has these barrel pots. For this DIY, I'm going with PVC piping, otherwise known as Charlotte pipe. This is a 2-inch pipe, so that means the diameter of it is 2 inches. I'm going the pre-cut route when it comes to the PVC because I don't need a large piece and I'm not gonna need the extra, so this size should do it. I do, however, still need to do a bit of cutting. It's a bit too long, so I went ahead and marked where I'm gonna cut it. I'm not really sure if there's a specific tool for cutting this larger piping. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull out my handy miter saw because any excuse that I have to use it, I'm gonna use it. I love this thing. It's a 10-inch saw, and so it's not a super big one, but it gets the job done. This is a miter saw for those of you who are going to ask me that I got on Amazon. It was under $100, and so to me, you can't beat that. And as often as I need a saw, this is already paid for itself. Fun fact about Kelly, deviating for a second away from the DIY, I am a clean as you go type of person. I take the time, stop my project, and clean up as I use my tools and whatever mess I am making because I cannot create in a mess. I just feel like the clutter or any mess around me interferes with my creating process, as silly as that may sound for some. And anytime that I have a chance to use all of my new tools, especially my new blower, I love this thing. It's not just great for the yard, it is great for cleaning up messes like this too, and blowing off my saw so I can put it back nice and clean. Back to our regularly scheduled program. Haha. The PVC piping that I just cut, I'm gonna go ahead and take some hot glue and just line one of the edges with it because I need to adhere it to the bottom of this pot in the center. Now, this is not meant as a permanent way of adhering this pipe to the pot, but it is temporary. I need it just to hold this pipe in place for the time, and the hot glue is gonna do that just until we can get a more permanent solution. Quikrete. Love working with this stuff. It's super inexpensive and so easy to work with. You just add water to this. There is no real science involved. I don't do a lot of measuring. I just kind of add water and mix till I get the consistency that I'm happy with. And bam, just like that, you've got yourself some concrete. It's really great if you're doing post or doing a DIY like I'm doing today. You saw this bag was about $4 for a 60-pound bag, and I am going to pour all 60 pounds of this Quikrete into this barrel. And just this simply, I'm gonna take my hose, I'm gonna add some water to this. Now, there are instructions on the back of the bag on how much water to add to it. I've worked with it so much that I know about how much to add, and so honestly, I wish I could tell you how much I'm adding, but I can't. You see, I just used the hose, then taking a giant paint stirrer. This is the easiest way to mix this. I'm gonna go ahead and mix this, I guess, Quikrete and water up until I guess it's good and incorporated with each other, and I'm happy with the consistency of it. That clean as you go mentality that I have is a must for times like this, because when you are mixing this Quikrete, if you get it on whatever surface that you're mixing it on, you are going to want to rinse it off so the Quikrete doesn't harden and stick to your surface. Just by using a hose and diluting it and rinsing it off, it'll go, and the doodles are just loving the hose. Winnie sees that and she just has a sense for it. She comes running and wants to play every time. I love her. You will see that it is still a bit on the runny side, but that is okay. That water is going to dissipate, the Quikrete is going to absorb it, and it is going to harden and be perfect. You can see here after about an hour, it is already pretty thickened and solid, but I'm gonna let this dry for about a couple of hours. But before it dries, I thought it would be fun to add our handprints to this. So we started off with Allie. I went ahead and put mine. Kayla is at work, and so I was struggling with how I was going to include her in this, but I wanted to leave a space for her. I also wanted to incorporate, oh boy, that was a mess. I also wanted to incorporate the doodle's paws into it, and so that was fun. I got Winnie and Ibiza in there, and you can see we've got Kayla's spot. Kayla is now home from work, but the concrete is hardened quite a bit, and it's hardened to the point where we can't put her imprint in it. So I'm just gonna take a screwdriver and trace it. And yeah, that way it will be making her mark and she is involved in our pot DIY. We can't leave her out of it. And you can see that the concrete still wasn't completely hardened. It was good enough for me to be able to, I guess, scratch into it or make an imprint into it. Yeah, that. How fun is this? And Allie was really enjoying looking at it and seeing everything that we put in it. She wasn't quite understanding why I did it, but nonetheless, it was fun. Look, Winnie's paw print. Biza wasn't too sure. But yeah, we had fun. It turned out great. This is not even gonna show. This really is just for fun and memory purposes. Maybe someday when I empty this pot, it will show again and we'll remember and we'll smile about it. But for now, I'm gonna move on with painting the PVC, and I'm just using some of Waverly's chalk paint. Waverly holds up really good outside. If you wanna use an indoor-outdoor paint that's budget friendly, you can either go with folk art or I would say Apple Barrel. They have a multi-purpose paint too, but they also do have an indoor-outdoor paint if you're worried about the paint holding up. I'm not too worried about it, so I'm just using what I have on hand to keep the cost down. Next up, you're gonna need some topsoil of sorts. The brand, the grade is completely up to you. I'm using this Gardener's topsoil. I'm not going anything fancy. Wanted to keep the cost down, and yes, I am putting plants in this, and the plants that I'm putting in this are going to be fine with this topsoil and a little bit of fertilizer. Now you see why I said our handprints weren't gonna show. I just think that it was a fun memory, and someday when I change out this dirt, we're gonna see that and we're gonna smile. The plants I picked out for this pot are these here. Not really sure what the name of them are, but I have grown these before or planted them before, and they grow pretty quickly. They're pretty low maintenance. They don't need a lot of water, and I like how large they get. I love how colorful they are, and so I thought that they would be perfect for this pot. Now, some may say, hey, Kelly, you don't have any drainage for this when you water this. I'm not gonna overwater this. I'm gonna water it with a watering can, and I think that I'm gonna be fine. I've done that before. I feel like drainage is good just if you're worried about overwatering something, or if it's not in the sun and the water isn't going to evaporate. But I'm in the high desert, so there is really no chance of these being overwatered. so no drainage is necessary. This here is a must. It's a plant caddy. You put your pots on it and it makes it portable. You can easily move them. This is one that I got at Walmart. It's by Mainstays, 14.5 inches, but it holds a 19-inch in diameter planter base. And so I had measured this ahead of time and knew that this pot was going to fit perfectly on this plant caddy, in turn making it my piece, my DIY piece that we are not done yet. This is not just a piece that has flowers and dirt and Quikrete in it. Oh no, this is gonna serve a purpose, and putting it on this plant caddy, again, is going to make it portable so I can move this piece from place to place easily. Why do I want this to be portable? Because it's going to be an umbrella holder. Oh my word, I'm so excited. Look at my doodles. They just totally keep me company. Wherever I am, they wanna be. Yes, Ibiza, the bigger one, is my son's, but I still call him my doodle because he is at our house about 5 days a week because my son works so much. And so we don't want him to be alone, and we love having him. So yes, this is going to be an umbrella holder. Wait for it. Now, the PVC piping in the center there, if you want to add a screw to it by drilling into the PVC piping to hold your umbrella pole in place so it doesn't wiggle, you can totally do that. That was an afterthought of mine. And so if I'm being honest, today I am gonna go to Lowe's and pick up one of those, I wanna say eye bolts is what I'm gonna use. I could be wrong. It's one of those bigger bolts that you can screw into something, and it has like the loop, the hoop on the end. Oh my word, I sound super articulate when it comes to this. But yes, you can totally do that, and that was an afterthought, and that will in turn keep your umbrella in the piping and in the barrel if you have a windy day. But I am super excited with just how this looks and how this came along. Look it, I'm super happy. The doggies are happy. And I will say that yes, it looks like it's leaning, but this utility access of my house kind of goes in at an angle because the center of it is drainage. And so it's only leaning because of the angle of the concrete. But when we go into the back, oh my goodness, there is Ibiza in the background going pee. Talk about, oh my goodness, that is hilarious. I'm leaving this in there. I totally am, because that is just the comedy of my life. I'm still laughing about Ibiza. I'm glad he was going pee and not the other one. But you can see here, this is where I am placing it. Here by my barbecue. It's a windy day, and I haven't put the eye bolt in yet, and it's not blowing out because I made the pipe a bit bigger. But this area is so sunny all the time, and when I barbecue, the heat from the sun, the heat from the barbecue, it makes it absolutely miserable to barbecue here. And so now that I have a place with shade that I can just step to the side, it is going to make life so much easier. Now, sure, yes, I could very easily pick up one of those metal umbrella stands, but where is the fun in that when you can make something like this, have a pot, have a rustic barrel pot with flowers in it that is portable with wheels? Why not? We gotta DIY our own umbrella stand, our own umbrella pot holder. Haha, I'm so happy with this. It's perfect for me. I absolutely love the outcome of this. I love that it's portable. I love that it's heavy. I love that it serves as a flower pot, I guess, of sorts with the umbrella. The versatility of this piece is amazing, and it does exactly what I wanted it to do, and I think that it looks perfect in my backyard. I hope you all enjoyed today's barrel pot DIY and what I've done with it, an umbrella holder. Please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and let's get this video to 5,000 likes. Because like I always say, each and every one of your thumbs up and those comments that you do leave down below well, they really do help my channel to grow, and it helps YouTube to notice me just a bit more. Until next time, everybody, I hope you have a fantastic day. Happy crafting on a budget. Stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy, but most of all, stay positive, please. And bye for now, everybody.